Hello, and welcome once again. Uh, actually, exactly like my dry run game, I've got no really good rush targets. Now, it is a possibility that I border Kalium, and then I could honestly rush them quite easily. Uh, Acro's kind of up in the air, but I know half of the nations here have heat scales of some amount. So that actually means that bullying with my Nephil Giants and rushing certainly is kind of a coin toss here. It might work, and it might work out well, or it might just blow up in my face. So what we do is we just count my Nephil Giants out. We still have the Bless for my Jarls, which is still fantastic and will... sorry, I'm absolutely parched here. Will definitely have an effect. So what we want to do, this is generally my favorite opening right here, because I get to utilize all my gold, and these are slightly more durable for the expansion that I'm about to do. But really, I can either buy 5 Spearmen and have 25 gold left over, or I can just buy the, spend the extra 5 gold apiece to upgrade those to a slightly better version. We're still going to make him the Prophet, because I want to be able to smite as I'm going about my daily routine. I mean, that's the border I want. I doubt I'll be able to get all of that. So we're not going to go that direction. Yeah, that'll work. Man, and I don't really have a great spot. These are going to have pretty poor resources on it. So, not really a great start spot here. Pretty defensible overall, but I really needed more resources, so not a great spot overall. Well, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get in and see what... Oh my goodness, this is a fantastic start spot. I'm so happy. So here we have Garnet Amazons. So Garnet Amazons make me extremely happy. These are Blood 1, Fire 1 mages. And the problem with really utilizing this nation's blood is the really terrible value you're going to get from your blood hunters. Not only that, they're fantastic researchers. Any Amazon type would do a lot of good for me. So, we're going to go ahead and start cleaning house. Let's go ahead and grab up 5 of those skin shifters. So let's cast up a Sermon of Courage, a Smite. This might actually be kind of a hard province, and it might kill most of my army right here. But I really need to try to get this group to take me 2 provinces. This actually, at 85 gold, is where I'm going to go, because this is not going to have a lot of income. You can see the 16 here, 30 resources versus 26. Yeah, the smart money says this is the easy area up here, and I just probably will sweep up and try to grab as much as I can before my army dies out. If I can get 2 provinces out of this group, I'm happy. Let's go ahead and go attack closest, fire closest, pull you back 1 step, pull you back a couple. Was there archers here? No, but there'll probably be just a couple. So I'm going to set those on fire closest, but we're going to leave them a little... I don't want to block my giants on top of giants. And yeah, I'm probably going to look over here, because this is... If I get a hold of these 2 farmlands, that's going to be pretty important over here. So this just happens to be the weaker area, so that's where I'm expanding first, but this is the kind of more important zone, is that I collect up kind of this area right across here. So I want to see if there's another player over here that's going to be challenging me for those. I got my skin shifters up, looks good. Double check my scripting, looks good. Okay, so good news. Pretty weak area. And my javelins are missing terribly. Oh, we managed to catch out 2 of them. So let's go ahead and turbo this up. So you can see I'm only going to be able to get 1 repel check versus like these militias with the spears, but even 1 repel check, that's just forcing a bunch of numbers in the background that should help push things into my favor. I don't lose anything. So that's why I really like those Jotun spears. Barbarians. It's unfortunate. Okay, so we have Dom here. So I really need to sweep down and maybe just catch along here because that means there's a capital. Probably right here, but possibly in one of those 2 positions. We'll just move right into here and see what we have. So I'm gonna grab up only 4 skin shifters, and then I'm gonna turn around and grab a Jarl here because I got a very high income. I didn't have to go with a goad, and occasionally for the first group I do have to grab a hearse. I'm never happy when I have to do that, but it does have to happen sometimes. I don't have a ton of gold, and I need a lot of gold for my troops, so we're just going to throw a single in. No real indicators of who this might be, but this will give me a good look on where I think they're at, which is one of these 2 positions. Again, it's possible they're right here, but doubtful. Giants are actually, or barbarians can be pretty rough on giants as well. Ooh, heavy cav. I don't like to see that. I don't want heavy cav. Heavy cav are going to stomp me as well. Yeah, we're going to come here for the heavy infantry militias, and then I'll swing back here and hopefully be able to take that. I really just need the couple of province value out of this original starting army. So okay, a couple archers, not a big deal though. Come on, quit messing with the javelins, guys. Oh, so there was 1 giant. Okay, so we're routing them. And there we go. So I just lose the 1 Huskarl. Definitely not game breaking. I actually am going to swing back and try to grab this because I don't want to get too far. You can see, okay, we got 3 here. So that's cap adjacent for sure. We know it's not here. So we know somebody's in one of these positions right here. Oh man, and that's Kalim. Now I kind of wish I had gone giants because that's so close. I could just walk right over there and steal up all of their land. Do I flip my game plan again in order to rush? No, I think I stick to the plan because even if I rush them, my giants are basically a defensive force until I could get Illwinter up. Because this is the only guaranteed nation they're going to have really any effect against. So we're not going to do that. We're going to just keep focusing on getting just a few more units up and about. So we're going to go attack closest. Something like that. And stay behind troops. Lock that in for control 0. Actually, I want to embed directly inside the very center of that formation. So let's change that just a hair. They do have flyers, so I don't know how many of them they have, but they have Griffin Riders. They're sacred. Okay, so we know where Kalim's at. We're going to try to come up here and figure out who this is. The other reason this is a pretty good starting hand, even if you're going to go with your giants, though, in a rush scenario, is it allows you to pick up 1 mage on your first turn. And your giants are not nearly effective just due to, again, you're very vulnerable to the seasons changing. So if you start off with your giants right out the gate, what you're going to find is the game actually starts on spring. So you would recruit them and have them ready to attack for early spring. But after that, you're going to already be fighting the heat scales where your Dominion has not really taken hold, or your cold scales. So this is actually usually a pretty good starting hand, even if you are going for the rush, by the way. Alright, this is the one I'm a little worried about. Not many heavy calves, so come on, hit him with those spears and actually take something out. Come on, javelins, go, go, go. Okay, good, so we've routed them, that's fantastic. Now we just got to take out the rest of these guys. Be nice if my smites were not being resisted constantly. So no losses, that's great news. So that's kind of why I wanted to embed him in, because I was afraid of that exact thing, and maybe jumping into the back line and killing my leader. So I really want to stomp those guys very quickly. Okay, here we can see one of my guys has died and actually transformed. This is the second area. This is basic hit points of 48. So they regen 5 per turn. There's a lot more value on the backside of these guys than what you actually realize. Oh, it's diseased, unfortunately. Come on, you guys gotta wipe those things out before the rest of their troops get up here. Holy cow, I thought that was just going to go on forever. Did I lose any? No, I did not. So that's it's good news, because I kind of expected to lose 1 or 2 right there. That's going to be Kalium Scales right there, so I don't want to mess with a big barbarian province right now. Okay, so we see Acro, so that's got to be Acro in one of these 2 positions. Where's my scout? We've also got Baratos. Baratos has a coastal start. I'm going to say Baratos is probably in one of these positions. So if we just look, and we've got 1 capital, say 2, 3, 4. That's going to put Micklin somewhere in this area right in here. And where is going to be the most land I can grab? Honestly, this will probably be a majority of my empire right here, just because of the start positions of everybody. So let's grab up 5 skin shifters, and I'm just short of my Jarl. Hate to do it, but we're gonna go with the goad here. Okay, so they have the fishermen. If that's 20 barbarians or 30, I might be able to take it. Then again, I might just get my army smashed. I think I'm just going to bring him back and reinforce. It's going to be a couple turns till I can do that. Fortune favors the bold. Let's go for it. That's still not going to let me afford... I'm 1 gold short of being able to get another Jarl there. Oh well. So what you see here is we have these great Garnet sorceresses, Blood and Fire. So fantastic overall. And 105 for 9 RP, that's fine. That is so cost effective compared to what I have. Yeah, that's insanely cost effective compared to what I have. So I actually want to get those going right away. So we're going to... Ooh, we got a 2 Astral, by the way, with my first one that I recruited there. I want to get a lab up just as quickly as I can, take advantage of those. At this point, we're going to scoot my Jarl way back. That group's probably going to die, but we'll see. Oh, I should have scooted my Prophet back quite a bit in case they did. Whoopsie. Okay, so a lot of heavy infantry here. And this is the vulnerability that you'll find with giants right here, is due to the lower numbers, and this is just the way it happens to engage. But look at this one right here who does happen to at least lose his first form. I've got 3 attacks coming in here, but watch these guys swing right to here and then drop 3 attacks on this unit as well right here. So, oh, only 2 made it right there. But this is the danger of giants, is not that your giants are not strong enough, but if your opponents have enough units, they just wrap your army, and they basically throw too many attacks, even against like your big Niefelheim giants. This is an extreme weakness. If they're putting out like 6 attacks versus a single giant, eventually what you'll see is you'll be surrounded on the top, surrounded on the bottom, and they will just slowly work their way towards the center, killing just single giants. So it can be pretty bad for the giant nations. Alright, so didn't lose anything. Fantastic. That's not a lot of giants, and they did not bump me, so come on, guys. Break through the giants. Rout the rest of them. No, rout them. Rout them. Good job. Okay, so here is a fairly classic counter to just giants as well, is lots of very high damage attack by size 2 units. So if you're just kind of paying attention here, if barbarians, which have slightly above average attack skill anyways, well, that's a chief. Let's look at a regular one. Really, I thought they had... Okay, so they actually have regular. I thought they actually had 11s. I don't know why. But needless to say, when a 3 square can put out like 60 damage per square, that is a lot of damage for a giant to be able to handle. They do much better against like much smaller attack type numbers. So you can just watch my original giants, and I almost took these guys off of the ability to throw because I wanted all of my giants to engage at once, because watch them just chew through this line right here. So they get 1 on the first round they meet. There goes the second one. There goes a third. Now watch them just continually melt across these giants. And again, each time you'll notice it's where they're getting multiple attacks versus that same group. Thankfully, we just managed to win out right here, barely. Because that was extremely close. I got 4 provinces though, so that's great expansion out of a group early on, and we'll stop to pick those guys up, and we'll grab up these 10 and we'll throw them here. Because I don't know how tough this farmlands is going to be, I'm going to send just a little bit extra right at it. So let's just go 0 as well. This should be more than enough skin shifters to take whatever should happen to be here, though. So we're going to construct up a lab at this point, and that's going to allow me some very cost-effective researchers. And we're going to go figure out where Baratos and then Acro are at. And I really got to try to cut off part of this property from Kalium over here. So not much gold. I have enough to buy a skin shifter. That's the reason I'm just going to stop and pick these troops up. If I had enough, I would just come back to my capital and get those later. I've actually got to wait a little bit because I was going to put this lab in real fast. Honestly, that's actually pretty weak. I could have taken that with a single group. So the multiple attacks can definitely do some damage right off the initial charge there. But you can see once their lance is down, they're not a whole lot of threat with just the single hoof attack. Alright, so we did lose 1, but that's acceptable. Especially for 108 income, that's very acceptable. So we're going to spread these out to like 9 and 9. And then I'm going to jump around and start collecting up some of those. Let's go ahead and grab these, throw them in. We're going to grab up all 5 skin shifters. We're going to grab up a Garnet Sorceress. We're going to put this on repeat. And I actually have access to these pretty decent Griffin Riders. Now, my Nature 9 Bless is not going to do a lot with them because they just have the 10 hit points. They're not even going to be able to regen 3 hit points a turn because they're not going to hit that 20 hit point threshold. But if I really need these, I mean, they do have the double attacks plus the Light Lance for that initial shock damage. They have the ability to actually jump into the back lines. Definitely, you would want like a Water 9 Bless with these to bring their defense skill up to 21, multiple attacks when they jump in the back line. But it's certainly an option I have now at this point as well, if I really need to. Not to mention, most of the Amazons, if you're going to try to embed something in it, they're a little more expensive than something like heavy infantry, but the resource costs are pretty much the same, and they actually generally have pretty good defensive stats as well. So these are not a terrible unit to embed if you're going to buy. Most of the Amazon types are. The Crystal Amazons actually have bows, so not much help there, but the Onyx, the Garnet, or the Jade are all pretty decent at that. So let's go ahead and research. I need to... No, I need to get my next group going, so we're not going to buy another mage quite yet. Actually, we are. We're going to turn this off for this turn because I want another Gaija. Because I really want to get a double nature to begin site searching nature gems out just as quickly as possible. I really wish I could afford some mercenaries here. Okay, so there's Baratos' capital. Wow, they're probably going to want to go to war with me because I am pretty close to their cap ring overall. So I do have to kind of keep an eye on that. I'm not into their cap ring, but I am pretty close. If they had only just expanded northward, oh well. So, yeah, I've got the Gaija on hand. Perfect. Come on, double nature. Okay, Bear Tribe. Oh, they managed to snipe one of my giants there. Just the one, though. If you basically want to make these unkillable, do about 15 giants per, and then they will stomp pretty much most things in the game at that point. Really, I'm fine going with like the 10 and trying to get a little larger out of my expansion overall. And you can see those repel checks versus these guys was really pulling the number of attacks down right there. Okay, so I didn't lose anything there. That's fantastic news. Boy, if I bump with them right there, I wish I knew if they had grabbed that yet. I really want that province. There is no way I can beat 130 troops, though. And that's pretty weak, so I think the AI is going to jump on it. Man, I really wanted this border right across here. I really wanted this group to actually come down. I wanted to move this group back around this direction, but that is not going to happen. Alright, so we've got enough here. 50 barbarians is a lot. We're not going to try to fight that. We will go for... honestly, probably something more down along that line. Okay, we're going to do something stupid right here. I am going to just try to protect my guy in case they do come in. I might be just throwing away about 800 gold right here, which is going to be really unfortunate if that is the case. Okay, so we're actually going to start up my Jarls. I can't quite afford my Garnet Amazons just quite yet. Very, very soon. No double nature. That's, again, unfortunate. Pretty soon I'm going to be turning off the skin shifters, though. I'll just be recruiting a handful of spearmen, so we'll see how that goes. Cool, I did not bump right there, which is great news for me. Alright, good news. Didn't lose anything. And what are these again? Bear Tribe, okay. Really, Wolf Tribe can be actually pretty devastating. So I'm glad that was not Wolf Tribe. Again, looks solid. Okay, so we do see Micklin, and I'm not quite sure where they are, but I'm just going to guess right in this general vicinity here. We're going to double check where Acro's at, because I think I know exactly where they're at already. Those Dark Vines are going to be a little hard to take as well. Would have been nice to end up with something where I could have picked up some of these water provinces, but no dice on that front. Yeah, they did take the farmlands here, so... Alright, up to 142 income now that we've got our skells here, so that's great news. So let's go ahead and grab up probably another 5 just to have them on hand. Let's go ahead and get these going. Go ahead and actually get you on repeat as well. I'm not sure I'm going to need them, but I might need just a few more skin shifters for like these couple of provinces here. It's better to have them on hand. Although it's pretty much time where I'm going to have to quit recruiting them if I want to afford mages and really get my research blowing up very quickly. Because that's kind of what I have to do at this point just due to, well, who I'm fighting in this game. Alright, didn't lose anything. That's great news. I am a little worried. We got some Dark Vines here, which means that I knew there were casters. So we'll see what they end up doing with all of their gems. A bunch of Agony spam. So Agony just absolutely shreds morale. You can just see my morale is basically nothing on many of these guys now. So hopefully I do not rout. Oh, not to mention these are triple attack tentacles. I forgot about that. And I only managed to get one of those down. Did I manage to chew through most of their blood slaves? No, I did not. So that was actually a really bad expansion right there. I guess that actually is a pretty good point. Another just general counter to giants is multiple attacks. Generally, if you can get high damage out of it, it's even better. But you'll notice these have the blunt resist, they have the pierce resist, but really they have the triple attacks and enough hit points to just stand toe-to-toe with giants. So that's why I was talking about Wolf Tribe. Even though they've just got those little daggers, if you just kill enough of them very quickly, it's not a big deal overall. But you can find that like Wolf Tribe will chew through giants very quickly. Likewise, even if you're going with Nephil Giants with a Nature 9 Bless, you do not want to tangle with Ulm. Ulm has Mountain Warriors, Forest Warriors, Steel Maidens. Those are all dual wielders with cold resistance, so your chill aura will not really affect them that much. And they also are not quite 20 damage with all of their attacks, but they're right under that, like 17 or 19. I don't remember the exact numbers. So another pretty good counter to giants right there. So some gems, and then I lost some income, which is terrible. Alright, so I've got to fold both groups into here in order to take this. And we're going to spread them out a little bit, try to prevent that agony spam from just capitalizing too much on me grouping a little heavily. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're not buying the big expensive giants here. Wow, I need to set up province defense all over the place. I forgot I am actually out of my initial phases, so I need to actually get that done. And I'm actually going to turn off my giants here for just a moment because I really need a double nature Gaija real fast. And hopefully the game is not going to dink with me too hard in picking one up, because I really need that for site searching. Without my vine shields, my Jarls are at a huge disadvantage. Alright, so let's move. This should be their starting position. And elephants after that. Man, this is not going to be an easy realm of expansion no matter how I do this. Alright. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to begin site searching with this double astral. And it's got the single nature on it as well, so hopefully I can get myself a trickle income here before I get my double nature going. Painted Cave, so just some astral pearls. Alright, how bad is it going to be this time? Lots of agony spam. Alright, so we were able to chew through them at this point. How bad were the losses? Nothing. Province defense 10, or province income and defense, that's actually really good. Oh, you son of a gun. Alright, so I've got to push that just a little farther because I really don't want to make another fort. If I do, it's going to be right here, and that will be it. Let's just, I guess, move both these guys together. Let's go ahead and get my goat into position. What am I doing? Wrong spot. So let's go with my 5 again, because I'm hopefully going to be able to get this throne here very shortly. In fact, I want to ping that. So let's just grab up an indie commander here. And I need to start getting some temples up because I really want dominion control. So I need to probably get a temple right here, and probably just a couple temples, at least one temple right here to begin pushing Kalium's back. I don't want that death. Their skills don't look terrible, to be honest, but I really need to make sure that I maintain this cold dominion, so I can't be pushed. Especially not after I spent all that those pretender points on Dom 8. So we'll man, elephants, really? So let's scoop my leaders back. Thankfully, I actually have the guys that shape change, so once they die, they're just not going to actually die. So elephants are size 6, your giants, even your Nephil giants, are only size 5. These can trample any of your giants. So, oh, we managed to rout them on the first go there. That's fantastic. If I can pick up this other farmlands too, this will have been actually a pretty decent expansion. So I lose one of my Javelinalists, that's alright. And that is end of year 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Honestly, a bit short. I did kind of throw an expansion party away right here. So, having to delay this party from what it was going to do, which was just move down, that costs you a couple provinces. So 15 though, that's my low bar that I like to have overall. So I'm happy with that. Alright, so I've got 19 of these guys. We are going to end the video here. Sorry about that. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you've enjoyed so far, and I will see you next time.